All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am your Ice Dragon, Rayron VR, and welcome back to day 21 of the National Model Railroad Month here on the channel for November 2023. And today we're going to be talking about Anyrail. This was kind of my next step when it came to evolutionary process when it comes to my layout. I started originally with Easy Track, then with Atlas, and then eventually started to graduate more towards the more complex stuff of a modular layout. Now, I do have a Minimo Freemo layout. It basically goes around in a circle, but when it comes to if you want to get more complex, if you want to figure out where track work needs to go, what I use is a program called Anyrail. So Anyrail has this huge library of scenery, track, buildings, and you can basically design. It's basically a I don't want to say CAD per se, but it's basically a program that allows you to visualize how you want to create your layout. If you want to get really technical and figure out the nuts and bolts of how your layout's going to look, how it's going to operate. And I really enjoy this program. Again, it gives me that visual representation of what a layout is going to look like. So again, here's the main website. Now there's a free version of this program, and then there's a actual license that you can buy. And it's really not that bad. For $60, you get the full product along with all the unlimited updates. I think that's a steal considering nowadays most software programs are on a subscription-based service. So the fact that you just have a one low payment there allows you to get all the software when it comes to Anyrail. Now I believe Anyrail, the free version, you can have up to a certain amount of entities. Basically, if you put one track piece down, that's equal to one entity, if I remember correctly, or item. I forget what they call it, but once you reach that certain limit, then you have to buy the full version, which I highly recommend it because then you can go unlimited scale when it comes to the design work that you want to do. Again, there are many other types of ways to designing a layout. You can do pen and paper. You can use other programs that are out there. I just find it that I use Anyrail because that's the one that works well for me. Again, do what works best for you. But let's go ahead and dive into Anyrail. So the way I use it is to design modulars, in particular Freemo modulars. So I've done a couple of videos on my channel about Anyrail, and I just go in there and we just experiment. I'm able to add rulers, I'm able to get like the surface top of the modulars, and I'm able to put down track work. And now that's kind of the most important thing for me, especially when it comes to curves, when it comes to switches, because I want to make sure that whatever I draw on paper first is going to be realistic and practical when it goes to the actual grabbing of all the track. Now this is a module that I've been working on for a while now. This is called Icy Mountain, and this is going to be part of my Icy Railway layout that I have. And it went through several iterations, and that's kind of cool thing about Anyrail is that you can have this unlimited amount of workspace and just continue to experiment, trial and error. And what I like about it is that you have libraries of objects. So if we go up to here, you can see that we basically have all of the types of track that are out there from we got the Bachmann Easy Track system all the way to the Pico system. And you can see I've got code 83 selected because that is what I use. And then I have a wide variety of track that I can just pick and pull and put it onto my workspace. And then I get to see exactly my turn radiuses and see how many pieces I'm going to need and so forth. So this program is neat. It gives you basically all the track work that you need, how many you need to buy. And then one thing that's pretty cool about this as well, let me see if I can find it real quick. You're able to view this in a 3D view. So again, I need to work on this view a little bit more, but you can kind of get a 3D representation. I'm hoping in the future we'll get some VR capability when it comes to Anyrail, so that way we can actually look at it in first person, in true first person, so that we can get an idea for what the layout will look like. But for now, this will be just fine. So yeah, that's one thing I love about Anyrail and just any type of software program when it comes to designing your next evolutionary phase when it comes to model railroading. If if you have the space, if you have the time, if you have the resources, then yeah, this is a great tool to use to figure out what that layout is going to look like. So let me see if I've got another one I want to show you guys. So that's basically Icy Mountain that I've been working on for a while. Um, Here's another modular that I've got actually built and created on the layout. This is how I decided to use Icy, or not Icy Mountain. This is the Wave modular, basically a 3 to 2, 2 to 3 conversion modular, and you can actually see that on my layout. So I'll go ahead and pop on over to, let's see here. All right, so for the design of the Wave modular, so this was basically my example. And then as we go over to the actual modular itself, there it is in practice. So not too bad going from a design concept to actually full-blown practicality. This is the Wave modular that showcases a lot of the new Digitrax products, from the DS74 to the push buttons. It allows me to get access to that third rail of my corners that I had. So again, that's kind of a quick example of going from Anyrail design to actually being able to see it in person, which is pretty cool. Another cool thing you can do about the Anyrail is you can print out that design and actually lay it out on your bench work, so that way you can actually see if it's going to work out for you or not. So me personally, I don't tend to do that step. I just grab all the pieces that I need, and then I just kind of freestyle it a little bit, and then get my desired result. So yeah, that's kind of a quick case study of Anyrail, which is pretty darn cool. So with that, guys, what program do you use to create your layout, or do you just do it old school? Do you freestyle it by just laying down the track and see what happens? But yeah, Anyrail or any type of development software, I think, is a very valuable tool in the hobby. So that way you can just get some visual representations of your layout. So with it, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.